Good morning. Welcome to today's community briefing. My name is Gregory Sneed. Today is the 6th of March. 6th of March, 2025, and we're glad you're here. Our guest today is going to be Cheryl Shiver, and she is going to be sharing some information with us about how folks can flourish as they get in the older ages, and both in mind, body, and soul. So that will be the topic that we just put in there. So we're glad you're here. Welcome. And now it's my pleasure to bring to the virtual stage. Let's see, March. Do I have a? Oh yeah, it's Women's History, right?
Yes, Women's History
So this is
Month.
the queen of Black Women's History Month.
Oh, women.
Last month was Black History. Now it's Black Women's History Month. Not women's, it's Black Women's History Month. So,
yes, that's what it
History
is.
Month Queen, Crystal Mitchell.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Glad to have you to another great week of seeing you guys. This is a highlight for my week, and also we got a great guest, and I'm excited to meet her. She's gonna give us women that are over 65 some major encouragement that life still carries on in your 60s and then in your 70s. So we're waiting for her to come in, and we're excited about that. Thank you guys for joining us today. The community briefing, as you all know, is an inspiration of mine during the pandemic. But then all this wonderful, amazing team came together, and we realized how valuable media is to our community and bringing individuals to you to meet the stakeholders and the leaders and stakeholders in our community. So we want to thank you for supporting us. This platform is powered and sponsored by Recycling Black Dollars and the BBA, which is the Black Business Association. And we have some amazing monetary sponsors as well, with Los Angeles LDC, Southern California Edison, Wells Fargo Banks, PCR, as well as SoCal Gas. So we want to thank them, and anyone that wants to support us, you are more than welcome to do that. Ladies, it is our month, so we need to shine, and unite and take care of business, because I don't know. You guys know what I'm saying without me saying it. So I salute all of you in your magnificence, Black excellence, since that's who's here on this call. And you too, Miss Carly. I think Carly Young just came in, and she's an amazing lady as well. So we're gonna kick it off. Our guest is not here as of yet. So while they're not here as of yet, Robin is going to be a judge for a competition for women business owners, and it's called Level Up, isn't it? And so if Robin will tell you about that while we're waiting for our guest, that'd be awesome. And we want to share that. It's money, guys. It's money. And so we want to share that. Go ahead, Robin, while we're waiting for our guest.
Good day, everybody. It's Robin Billups with the Billups Group. I'm a coach. I assess and I help folks get to a strategic framework for the business plan and the vision that the Lord has given them. I want to say first, I'm excited about all the new faces and the new names that are showing up here. And in particular, not calling anybody specifically out, but Tiffany Lang is calling in from Washington, D.C. We met last week. She has some exciting things that she's going to be working on, and we've invited her to come on as a guest in the near term. I have, for the last several years, been working with KJLH radio station in conjunction with another station in Philadelphia, where they offer up a business pitch competition. And if you are selected, you actually win $10,000 worth of marketing dollars for your company, a business coach, and computer. And so again, I will share that information as the details unfold. But that's a great opportunity for women business owners to get some insight, to practice how to pitch. And as I tell people all the time, apply and practice, and don't expect. The expectation is that you get the skill set to be able to practice your pitch, to be able to compete in the pitch competition, and also to find alliances with other business owners that may be ancillary support to what you actually do. And then secondarily, I want to share with the fact that I've been very, very active with Cal State Dominguez Hills. And what they're finding is that they host a lot of free events that are between their art gallery, the theater, and the dance school. And so with that, they're concerned that they don't get a lot of support from folks from the community. Majority of these events are free. So what I'm going to be doing is put it in the chat box, some information about how to get on their mailing list, how to identify some of the upcoming events that are going to be coming up. And we also know that Dr. Parham, who's the president of Cal State Dominguez Hills, is a brother. And he has a wonderful first lady. They are doing exceptionally well because they're not looking at who enrolls, they're looking at who graduates. And in the graduation process, they also help people get jobs and all the other needs in order for folks to stay in college. And one of the things that I have said before, 5 Black mayors were in LA County, including Mayor Bass, actually graduate from the Dominguez Hills. So, they're putting out excellent product and we need to support them. And then finally, I want to say hello to all of our usual suspects, all of the folks who dial in every week, Joseph, Bianca, Emma, Renee, Roz, you guys dial in every week. And now Jasmine has decided she's going to be on that train. Miss Jackson is on that train. We really appreciate, and Shamika is on that train. You guys, we really appreciate your participation and your input and also helping to spread the word. I'm going to kick it over to Greg so we can get the program started.
Right on, right on, right on. So our guest today is Cheryl Shiver. Am I saying it correctly? Shiver? You still on mute?
Tap unmute. Here I am.
Yes. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
You were the only one. You're the first one to get it right first time.
Yeah. So everybody always says shiver like shiver me timbers, right? But
yes, they do.
Shiver, yeah.
When I was in school, they used to, back in the day when we went to school, they did your name in alphabetical order. And as soon as I started learning the S's, I'd shout my name out before the teacher read incorrect because everybody would laugh. Shiver, shiver, shiver.
And it's gonna be like that.
Yes.
For a minute. Okay. So our guest today is Cheryl Shiver, and she has got a day job. All right, she's got something they keep. And we'll talk briefly about that, but that's not the reason that she is here. She will get into that in a moment. But she is a licensed real estate agent, and she's been doing that for about 16 years in the city and surrounding areas of Atlanta, formerly known as Hotlanta, and the Mecca of the South. And we didn't get a chance to find out where she grew up, where she's from. So, are you from the Georgia area?
No, sir. I'm there with y'all. I was born in Compton, California.
City of Compton. Okay.
I'm in Atlanta, but I always tell them Cali for life, baby.
All right.
I was born and raised in California, and I retired here to Atlanta. I've been here now 17 years.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
And now with all the popularity, are you starting to practice your crip walking? Your crip dance?
Yep. They're waiting on me to do it.
Well, I think you got to, you got to get back in practice.
Yes.
Anybody else?
You have to learn it.
Well, that part. Anybody else here from Compton? Okay. So, but the reason she's here today is to share some good news about I would call it a transformation. And she has transformed her mindset, but also the physical body. And she'll be taking us through the progress of going from a size X to a size Z. How she got there, and I think Stephen had just sent me earlier today a before and after pic.
Right, I love that one.
Do I have your permission to show that?
Yes, you do. That's the true story right there, right there.
All right, let me do a screen share here and pull that up. All right, are y'all seeing that?
Damn,
See all
damn.
that back, all
Okay.
that back fat.
All righty then.
Yes, yeah.
Baby had back instead of
I had
baby got
baby
back.
had back,
Baby
right?
had back.
And the story behind that, what I've transitioned to is a competitor. I'm a bodybuilder. That photo is when I was 63 years old. And being from California, you know, most of us had swimming pools in our backyard. We always had a pool or access to a swimming pool. Neighbor had one or we had one. Currently, my mom is in Downey and we have a pool. And when I came here to Georgia, I got a nice sized property, but I wasn't, you know, able to buy a home with a pool. So several years ago, when I was 63, I decided I wanted to put a pool in my backyard. Well, as the completion of the pool was nearing, I kept walking by my mirror and I'm like, you're not pool ready, girl. You're just not ready to put a bikini and invite a whole bunch of people over. So I had been following this guy on Instagram, Sean Lewis, Plus Size Fitness, and he was guaranteeing a bikini body in 8 weeks. That photo that you see is 8 weeks of training, conditioning, and proper nutrition. Through that process, I never thought about being a bodybuilder or competing, but he saw how determined I was, how I followed directions, and how quickly my body was responding to the workout because I was doing everything I was told to do. And he said to me at 63 years old, have you ever thought about competing? And I said, no. He said, well, would you do that with me? And I said, yes. And 7 first place medals later, at the year of 69, I am a senior 69-year-old bodybuilder.
Well, you sound like you've been competing to get your name pronounced all your life, so you've been a competitor. But now that's fabulous. That's fabulous.
Yeah. So, and I think what I like about it is that I've always had a small frame. But you know, I had the back fat, I had the hanging skin, I had the cellulite, you know, and the muffin tops. I wanted all of that gone. And plus I'm a Leo, so I'm very, very vain. So, you know, it all came together. And the first show that I did, I made a mistake and checked the wrong box. I didn't check the masters, which is 60 plus. I checked the box for the 40-year-olds. So I was literally on stage with 30 and 40-year-olds the first time I hit the stage. I was petrified. I wanted to walk away because I said, I can't go out there with these girls, blah, 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 blah. You know, and they said, well, you're here now. You look amazing. Go on out on that stage. So I went out on that stage and I took 4th place amongst 30 and 40-year-olds. So when I got off the stage, I'm like, let's go. Let's do it. One more. And so I just kept going and going and going. And from that, I've transitioned into doing modeling as well now. I model for Angel Fashion Competition Bikinis. They put on a show throughout the cities, throughout the states, almost like a Victoria's Secret type of show. So we get a chance to wear their bikinis, but enhanced with our different props and stuff. The last show I did was in January at the LA Convention Center.
Right on, right on. Now there is somebody in the chat that put something in there that they were asking for ID verification, age verification. To really prove.
Go get my wallet. 8/3/1955. I went to Vanguard Junior High School. I went to Tibby Elementary in Compton. I don't even know if they're still there. And I graduated from Dominguez High School in Compton.
Right.
Class of 73.
So I'll start this off. What did you have to do in terms of food and diet? And where's this? I've had some folks that have been down in Georgia, and folks in Georgia can eat. Okay.
Georgia folks, listen, I was not going to get caught up in that. Georgia folks can eat. And I was not going to get, and it's easy to do. Red velvet cake and all that stuff. Every event that they have is surrounded by food. Everything they do is surrounded by food. Everything. I remember I was on Black Women on the Conversation, and I was telling them, they were interviewing me for the show, and I told them, I said, when I go to concerts, people are literally bringing little small refrigerators with them. They about their food out here in Georgia. They eat, and eat. So I knew that I did not want to get caught up in that. And that's another reason why I said, let me get on this health and fitness trail, because it can easily consume you very, very easily.
Yeah.
But during the workout program, with my specific trainer, the diet for me was the hardest. Lifting the weights, the exercises, I drove an hour every day to and from my trainer. He was in Lawrenceville and I'm in a city called Douglasville, and it was an hour drive, and I drove an hour for 7 days a week to prepare for my competitions. The hardest part is the food, because the food is a repetitive. So basically for me, I'll just give you one of my quick diets. It would be toast and egg whites in the morning. It would be chicken, rice, and a green vegetable in the evening. Not in the evening, for my second meal. Then I would have a protein shake, a whey protein shake. Then I go right back to that chicken, rice, and another green vegetable. Then it would switch to a fish, which I do tilapia, rice, and green vegetable. So it was very repetitive what we ate to get in shape. And we worked
not
out.
Fried chicken, right?
And as not Popeyes, not Louisiana, it is not fried chicken. It is baked or grilled chicken, and preferably with little seasoning. That's the hardest part too, with just a little bit of seasoning. Mrs. Dash, but I didn't like Mrs. Dash. It looked and smelled good, but it just tastes like cardboard. So I started to label shop and find seasonings that had zero sodium, and just start watching the ingredients on the seasonings, so that I can use other things to season my food, because I do have to eat taste. But my trainer would always say, you don't eat for flavor, you eat for fuel.
That's what we've been told.
Right. And then I would always have people, I don't know if you have a picture of me with my abs, but people would always ask me, about my abs. And I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, abs are made in the kitchen. No matter what you eat, it's made in the kitchen. You have to be able to burn the calories, to burn the fat for the abs to show. We all have them, but we got to cut down so that they will protrude and show. And that's made in the kitchen. Any athlete that you talk to that you see with a six-pack, he's going to tell you those abs are made in the kitchen.
I don't know if I have the ab picture, but I do. This is another
I like
one here.
that question right there. How she asked me about the abs and genetics. I do believe that genetics has a lot to do with it. Because I'll see people just really, really working hard, or say they want to be a bikini competitor, but their body structure will never get down to a bikini competitor. They might have to go into another category, because there's figure, there's physique, there's wellness, which a lot of people are jumping into the wellness community competition now, because you don't have to lose so much. If you're a thick chick, you're a thick chick, but you want to do out there, you want to compete, then more than likely you're going to go into wellness, because you don't really have to lose a lot of weight. They're just going to tone up and firm up your body as it is. So it takes a good coach to tell you where you best fit in as far as competition.
What can you share with about your family? Because I know some families where everybody's slim, everybody's slender, they can eat,
my youngest brother all of a sudden starting to get pudgy, and I guess he's just getting lazy. But I'm 69. I'll be 70 in August. My oldest brother's turned 71 in April, and my youngest brother turns he's 1 year under me, so he'll be 69 in December, and my mom will be 88 in July. We're all regular size. I mean, no one's fit like me, but no one's overweight. And when my dad was with us, God rest him, rest in peace, he used to work out, not work out, but he had weights at home that he would always lift and everything like that. But he never joined the gym or anything like that. But my family, there's no overweight person in my family. So genetics probably has a lot to do with it as well. My mom, people don't believe when they see my mom, they don't believe how young she looks. My oldest brother looks well, and my younger brother also looks well.
Yeah, that's a blessing. Some of that is genetics, some of that is, food. I wish I could find the picture because, folks usually would say, well, my family, we're big boned, right? And there's there's a photograph of the skeleton that's got like really huge bones.
I absolutely hate that terminology. And we as a people need to get away from that terminology. We as the people need to, in my opinion, and I don't mean to offend anyone, but we have to stop normalizing obesity. This is not normal and it's not healthy. So what if you're 300 pounds and you can do a flip? Okay, but are you going to live? But are you going to live to be 60? I just want. I have on my Instagram page, I don't do a lot of talking. I just show photos and try to inspire just from photos, because I don't want to whip you and put my opinions into your head, but I just want you to, maybe if I lead by example, if you see me, you will like what I do, you like what I see, then ask me a question. I get a lot of DMs. I get a lot of women and men who DM me in private messages and ask me certain things, and I'll give my input, but I won't put my input on my page openly. You know what I mean?
Okay, breaking news. Incoming email
Uh-oh.
from Mr. Turner.
Uh-oh. There it is. They're the Mavs.
Okay.
That's the money shot. That's the money shot right there. Number 14.
There it is.
14 karat. You got the gold too.
Okay.
14 karat gold. Okay.
Okay. And I won first place on that in that particular competition as well.
Cheryl, were you athletic when you were younger? Did you play any sports? I really wanted to be. When I was in at Vanguard and stuff like that, we had a lot of activities, we run track. I was on the softball team, things of that nature. But in high school, I wasn't so much athletic, but I always liked to run. And I'm glad you brought that up, because I remember telling my trainer, I said, I want FloJo legs. I love runners, track star legs. I wanted athletic legs, and I really have very protrusive calves, and I inherited that from my dad. And I remember growing up, I used to hate my calves until guys started liking my calves. And I asked that because when I was in my early 20s, I learned how to ski, and I did that for about 15, 20 years. Mm-hmm. And we did it from a racing standpoint, and we taught kids how to race. So we had to be fit because we were always at the mountain. And and you had to eat right and limit your caffeine and all that sort of stuff, so that you
in that elevation as well.
In that elevation. So so after I stopped skiing and approached that menopausal stage, regular walking didn't work for me because my body was used to something entirely different in order to stay in shape. And so, so I had to, and water works for me, and dance works for me, and weightlifting works for me. And and that's what I do. But a lot of us.
Don't you like weightlifting? Lifting weights just does something for me. If I'm in a bad mood, if I go to the gym and start lifting some weights, I just feel so good.
Yeah, and when you see your body start to transform, that's a whole different kind of heady feeling. And
yes.
And last night I was at water aerobics, and one of my bathing suits that I bought when I first started is starting to get really baggy. So one of the girls said, "Oh my God, you're losing weight," and that feels good.
Yes.
So I'm gonna wear the baggy bathing suit for a while because it makes you it's a good thing for your ego.
Yeah.
But when it's
a great thing for your ego.
It is. So wear baggy clothes. It makes you feel good, especially when they fit differently, not a couple months ago.
Exactly.
for most of us that are 50 plus, and this happens to men and women, that body starts to take a major drastic change in the middle part of your body. And that's, and because your hormones are all, for women, our hormones are all over the place. Did you have, because you weren't, I mean, even in your before, you were still, I would have taken that body too. Definitely like the one, but I would have taken that one too. But
You know, it's again, I think it's like the Leo in me. I'm really, really vain. And I look at other women and I aspire to be, this way, that way, So and I'm finally where I want to be. I'm very happy. A lot of times I tell people, if you want to, want to be inspired by someone, they'll call out other bodybuilders or other models, and I'm like, I don't even know who they are because I am my own hero. I'm my own hero. I got my picture on the refrigerator to remind me what I want to look like, what I aspire to be. And I say that for everybody. We all have been in a place in our life where we were the happiest. We probably all have a place in our life where there was a photograph or a dress or a prom or an event we went to that was just so overwhelming. That's it. Look, that's that pool, baby.
Well,
That's
I
my
think you
backyard.
accomplished your goal, my dear.
It just feels good. It really, really feels good. And if, by posting my pictures and people following me on Instagram and Facebook, if it inspires them, you can do it. And I tell everybody, you do not have to be a competitor. You don't have to go as hard as I went, but just go to the gym, just work out, don't be sedentary. Don't sit and say, I'm 60 and this is what I'm supposed to look like. I'm 60 and I'm not supposed to. Girl, I got tickets to Kendrick Lamar coming to town in April 29th. I'm not slowing down. I refuse to slow down.
How many days a week are you working out, and what's cardio and what's strength training? And there's a couple of other conversations. I think someone asked, she has health issues and wanted to know what would be, in your opinion, some better exercises or to participate in.
Well, one thing that I don't do, because I don't want anybody to get hurt based upon something I told them to do. But if you're limited, I see a lot of videos on YouTube and Instagram where there's exercises that you can literally do just sitting in your chair, just if you're sitting in your chair and you're lifting your knees, that's core work. That's working your abs right there. You could just be sitting down watching TV and you're doing your abs. Many nights I'll be watching TV and why am I sitting on the sofa? I'll roll on that floor with my dogs and I'll just start doing abs while I'm watching TV during the commercial. Doesn't matter how many minutes or how many reps, just move your body and do something. And I promise you, you're going to see a result. You're going to see a result. I try to stay away from nutrition and telling people what they should eat. I'll share what I eat and what I do, but there's so many people that have health issues. I don't want to, they say, oh, that Cheryl Shiver lady told me to do this and now I'm in the emergency room,
Yeah, you do have to find the one that works for your personality. So dancing has always worked for me. And I love aqua aerobics. And if you have a great instructor, that will that's there. And I work out at Dorsey over at the Rancho's, I guess it's Celeste, what's the name's, the Bell Bondsman's guys pool. And we have a great guy that we have so much fun. That pool is full every week.
I've done water aerobics to it, and it is a lot of fun. And you'd be surprised because it's not as easy as you think to lift your legs in that water. So you are really getting a full body workout when you do water aerobics.
Right, and you're half your body weight. So there are a lot of women that are there that have been 300 plus, and now they're probably, some of them are down about 100. A lot of them have been on. Were diabetics and on medication, high blood pressure. They were on medication, canes, walkers. Now they walk right out of that pool. They've been there for maybe some of them 6 months, 8 months to a year.
And what a feeling. What a feeling that has to be for that individual, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, when
And
you
just
see those,
even,
when you hear those stories, and you see, a lot of heavy women, but you can see that they build that confidence in the water because you're half your body
mm-hmm,
weight, so they
mm-hmm.
feel more confident. Last night we were doing some workout where we were doing ab work on a noodle, and these women were having a ball. Some of them have never even done that. And as he
I
said,
know.
he said, some of y'all never even saw your neighbor in a long time, but now I want you to
Okay.
lean back on this noodle. And they're like, wow. So
That
it was,
noodle is scary too. That noodle ain't no joke.
yeah. But yeah,
Yes.
I work out for health because I don't want, I'm not a medicine person. I hate doctors just handing me stuff and telling me it's going
Mm-hmm.
to work and not going to adjust everything else. And so that's why I started with the water aerobics, because it is
And,
something.
and I
And
and
the,
I truly agree. I've got two sets. I think I have two sets of stairs in my home, going up and then down in the basement. And every time I'm walking them stairs, I'm squatting up them stairs. I don't walk up them stairs. I squat up them stairs. And I'm a real estate agent as well. And I have people say, "Oh, I need to get out of this house because I got stairs." No, you need to keep them stairs. You need to keep them stairs because that's probably the only exercise you're going to get are those stairs. So, little things that you don't think is working really is working. Work the stairs, walk the stairs. I work out, if like right now, because I'm not in competitive stage. The last show I did, like I said, was in January, and that was just there in California. So I take what's called a break. I'm in now what I call off season. So in my
okay.
off season, I still don't eat bad, but believe it or not, you guys, I still eat McDonald's. I love my cake and ice cream. I eat fast food, but in moderation. Everything has to be
Mm,
done in moderation. But when I come home for dinner, I'm cooking because I got used to it now. So I'm still cooking the chicken. I'm still cooking the fish. I'm still doing the rice, and I'm still doing the green vegetables. If I'm for me, I probably work out 3 times a week just to maintain. But when I'm getting ready to hit a show, I got to give it a good 12 weeks, and I go in deep.
okay. And is
And
Cheryl,
there,
that deep,
excuse me,
and deep
sorry.
means 5 days a week.
okay. All
Yes.
right, Robin.
Cheryl, let's make sure that we include everybody. So can
Mhm.
you talk about from, I always say every decade you get a different, you get a different you, right?
Okay.
So when we got some young people on here who are in their
Mhm.
20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. I'm about to be 70 myself. I'm a
Oh,
1955 baby as
nice,
well. And
nice.
and then the other thing is somebody had in the chat box that they had some medical issues that they wanted to address. But I think part of it has to do with the fact that one, you have to talk to your doctor. I don't think that
Mm-hmm.
people, can you speak to that? That a lot of times people aren't being honest with their doctor about what they're going through, and or the doctor just gives them the medication and they take the medication not knowing there's some
I
that they can do.
I totally agree with that. I'm more like with you. I believe, and I promise you, I believe this with all the breath that I'm getting ready to say. I believe because I work out and I eat well, that I am on no medications,
Mm-hmm.
no high blood pressure,
Mm-hmm.
no zero medications.
Mm-hmm.
And I never forget when I went for a physical a couple of years ago, the doctor was just marking all these things down that I should have
Mm-hmm.
at my age.
Mm-hmm.
And I got angry with him when I came home and I saw the report. I called back up there. I said, "You need to take that off my report. Take that off, remove that, remove that, remove that." Because I don't have any of those ailments. I
Mm-hmm.
don't have any of those diseases. And I'm not susceptible to any of those diseases. You didn't hear me when I told you that I was a bodybuilder, a competitor.
Right.
I work out every day and I eat well. So, yes, be careful of what your physician
Mm-hmm.
subscribes you and give you, because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the medication that they give you, you're now needed and then need another one to come up with that one. You just don't take everything they want that they want to give you, and be very, very honest with your physician about what's going on. If he asks you, are you having any aches and pains, don't say no if you really do, even if it's your elbow.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them the truth about what's going on with you so that they can better assess you and give you proper medication if need be, maybe not even need be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big proponent of medicine. I'll
Mm-hmm.
take
Mm,
Tylenol, ibuprofen for pain because sometimes I hurt because I'm lifting so much. But all that other stuff, I just think there's got to be a better way. And I think if you can change your eating habits, your diet, drink more fluids, and most importantly, get sleep. I get 8 hours of sleep every day.
Yeah, that's important. And we were talking about that
Very
before we
important.
came on to the show, because some nights that's my problem working on it right now, because that has a lot to do with your stress level if you're not getting
Mhm.
enough sleep, and then it
You're not
affects the
getting enough
weight as
sleep.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
being in tune with your body, so that
Mhm.
that comes with what you're doing, as you said, because you have all kinds of aches and pains, even weightlifting. So, have you always been that person that was in tune to what their body was doing, and when it seemed out of line, or did
I
you
just
develop
what
that later?
I just go there because when my younger days, I was just a party girl. I partied and I was on Soul Train, y'all. I partied. All I did, I love LA. That's why I say I'm always gonna be a Cali girl, born and raised, baby. No, I partied, so I wasn't paying attention to that, but I still didn't get sick. I remember I went through a hard time where I'm retired. I'm retired. I retired at the age of 50, you guys. That has a lot to do with it too. No stress. But I retired at the age of 50, and I didn't have medical benefits until I got on old enough. Well, I'm gonna
For
say I didn't
medical.
have all those years, but I was out without medical benefits, I would say, for maybe a good 4 or 5 years until I got onto Medicaid and when I got old
Medicare.
enough. But
Hmm.
I didn't go to the doctor because I wasn't ever sick. I was never, ever sick. God bless. I was never, ever sick. Nothing major, no major illness in my life whatsoever. And I just think it's because, like I said, I used to dance a lot. I partied a lot. I went. I go, 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 go. And I still go, 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 go. Even here in Atlanta, they call me a socialite because I go, 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 go. But what's more to do in life but to enjoy life and go? Just go. Just do it.
And
Just
Cheryl,
do
you
it.
also know too that, and I think people recognize this, that people say when they get older they want to travel, but traveling is nothing but walking. You have to walk. When you leave the United States, you are walking everywhere. So, again, in preparation for that time period, we're talking about folks who are in their 60s plus, but I'm also talking to the 20, 30, 40, 50-year olds, start planning.
Start
Start
playing.
planning,
My
starting
trainer
getting
tells
these
me all the
habits.
time. My trainer told me, he said, Cheryl, you don't need to be talking to the 60-year-olds. He said, you need to be talking to 40-year-olds and younger so that they
Hmm.
can aspire to be like you in their 60s. So
Mhm.
they can start to work out and have a pattern and have a goal to be able to do the things that you're doing at the age of 60. It's not just for 60-year-old. It's like you say, it's for everybody. It's for everybody to learn. And like when I was growing up, maybe because I wasn't smoking and drinking when I was in high school and junior high school. I didn't start smoking and drinking. I don't smoke and drink now, but drinking until I was an adult. And I mean a real, real adult. So
Mhm.
it has a lot to do with what you're doing when you're younger. The girls that I went to school with that were the cheerleaders and all the go-go girls and
Terrible,
looking all
terrible.
cute, them girls are crackheads now. They whack.
Yeah.
They look old.
Yeah.
I promise you. I looked at my high school reunion pictures and I had to show people, look at what I went to school with.
I couldn't even recognize the people I went to school with. I don't. I
They
had
look
to go
like
back to the
grandmama.
yearbook. Yeah, because
They
I'm like, who
all
is
they
this?
all they all big mamas and proud of it.
Yeah, right, exactly. Um, and you're right. So if you start working out when you're in your 20s, or as that becomes a lifestyle
It becomes a
style,
lifestyle, yeah.
then when you get to your 50s and 60s, when you're less active, the one thing that really spurred me on, um, uh, especially for when I knew I was going to get older, so I've always done the dancing and workout and all that kind of stuff. But my mom, when she had to have therapy, when she had some surgery and she had to go through the occupational therapy, I was watching her picking up weights. I was like, what are you doing? I mean, she didn't even know how to hold a weight. And so
Right.
I was like, okay, I am not going to be that like that. Let me go do some weights
Right.
like right now. right now, let me do some weights. And I was taking care of her. So that was when I really was heavy into it. And I couldn't leave the house. So someone
Right.
asked, can you do exercise in a small room? I had literally less than 2 feet in front of the TV. And at that time, I was
Yeah.
doing the ball. I was dancing Zumba. Before I even took a Zumba class, I knew all the
I
steps
love
because
Zumba.
I did Zumba in my living
Yeah.
room in my little 2x4. So while my mother was sleeping, I could do my exercise because that was the only one thing that kept me sane during that time frame. But at the same time, it kept the blood pressure down so that I could make sure I was still alive, take care of her. So that's the
Yeah.
part.
Hey,
I know one
Cheryl,
time.
here's something. Here's
Yeah.
something for you.
Okay.
Y'all can relate to this.
Oh, to the Bassett arms.
Angela Bassett.
Oh,
Oh
and
yeah.
don't
Yeah.
and
People
don't
used to
forget
tell, but
don't forget
people used to tell me,
Michelle Obama's
people used to tell
arms.
me I have. They used to say you got Michelle Obama arms. I said no, Michelle Obama got my arms because I'm older.
We do have a question in the chat box. What
Okay.
exercises can in order to build muscles and abs without agitating? She has fibrosis and arthritis. So are there some specific exercises that you would recommend? I think that one, I'm where you are right now. I'm about to be 70. I done
Mhm.
got a little juicy after I got past my diagnosis.
Did you
And
see?
and I'm juicy. I'm juicy right now, but I'm working on it. I'm
Good.
it's a mental thing first, right,
It's a
Cheryl?
mental thing.
Yeah.
You really gotta want it. And I'm gonna answer her question. I'm gonna share something with you very quickly. My girlfriends, initially when I started, start seeing how good I looked and everything, they said, well, we can do that. We can do that. And so they started going. But I sent them to my trainer, and they paid their money and everything, but they would not do what he told them to do. And what they would not do was eat right and stop drinking. And so one of my friends, and I'll never forget, she says, girl, I'm too old for people to tell me what I can't eat and what I can't drink. I'm the heck with that. And so she settled back to where she was. It's not for everybody, but it should be. But you got to really want it. The thing is, you have to want it. Now,
And I think your point too is it's not necessarily that folks are looking to become competitors, right?
right.
It's called health and wellness.
It's
What is
called
your
health and
wellness
wellness.
regime? And
It is health
I
and
after
wellness.
I had my diagnosis and I'm been in remission 2 years, I'm like, so now, Robert, what's the excuse, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can find some excuses.
We can find some excuses.
And
We
I
can
think that
find
too,
some
Cheryl,
excuses.
speak to the fact that that this is an individual plan that has to happen. They will ask your opinion and what did you do and how you did it and all of that kind of stuff. It's genetics, it's your DNA, it's your mental state, it's your individual plan. Am I correct?
You are 100% correct. I couldn't have said it better. You are 100%. And that's why I was saying, even when you want to have somebody to idolize or to put your own picture up there, say where you want to be. Say what I want to be. People will send me pictures of the 89-year-old bodybuilder who's not an 89-year-old bodybuilder. She's 89 years old. She used to be a bodybuilder. They'll send me her picture and this other woman's picture. But I said, but one lady's vegan. She's 72 and she's vegan. I'm not vegan. I just told you I eat pork chop, beef, all that stuff. I eat everything. Okay. So she and I have nothing in common. The other lady you keep sending me, she's 89. She's no longer a bodybuilder, and the pictures that they keep posting of her is when she was in her 50s, in her 60s. So I can't relate to that either. So I relate to me. I keep my pictures all over my home. And when you come through my home, my pictures are all over my home. My basement is full of my competitive pictures and my workout pictures, because that's what inspires me. I inspire myself. I want to be the best that I can be. And you should want to be the best that you can be, because there was always a better you.
Yeah.
Just like Miss Lizzo. Lizzo was flaunting herself around when she was 800 pounds. Oh, you love this, you like this, you love this. Now she's down to 300 pounds. And now she's happy. Now she's cute, she's beautiful. Because there was always a thin person wanting to come out of that body.
Yeah, I think
She
even
faked
Oprah.
everybody out. She faked herself out, but it was all about money.
Yeah, it's about money, and they probably utilize that. I know when Oprah went, and I think Stephen has a question about Ozempic and some of the other reduction medications. When Oprah went
I
on
say
that,
no.
yeah,
I'm
my
telling you
doctor told
no.
me no on that. But there are some other
No,
there's
no,
some other
no.
things that they can help you with that is and monitor you. I think that's the most importantly. If you're going to do any of that sort of stuff, go to a doctor so you know all the drawbacks to that.
Because there's a lot of drawbacks. I have a
Yeah.
friend that you know, he has problem with his. I know 2 men that have problems with their bowels now. You know you can do
Yeah.
about that. How you gonna be
Period.
walking around and you gotta keep running to the bathroom and you did that just so you took the shortcut to lose weight?
Yeah.
Sounds crappy.
Yeah.
You gotta research that stuff. You
I was
gotta
gonna
really
say,
research it. It came out too fast. They're not telling you all the after effects, and you're not gonna know the after effects until you start taking it.
yeah.
Right. And they don't know the long term.
The long-term effects, yes.
But if
I
you do
say, I
need
say no, guys. Please don't do that stuff. Just take your
right. And if you
time.
do need assistance, because I do think sometimes when you have either you have a trainer that you have to be accountable to, or
Mm-hmm.
if you have health conditions and you go to your doctor and you know, look, I need some help. They can do they can put you on some shakes or whatever that is, but
Right,
medically monitor you to make
right.
sure that your body is changing. And even if they do you, and they won't do, you know, most of them will not give you Ozempic and all those kind of things. But there are some others that have been on the market for a very, very long time. But they have you coming in regularly for weight checks and your vitals checks and so forth, because everybody's body's different and reacts to
Yeah,
different
and I
stuff.
can't speak on that at all. Not
Yeah.
at all. Like I
Yeah.
know even when I started working out, my trainer was, you know, I would come in and he said, "Don't look at other competitors. Don't look at even competitors that are your age. Don't look at them because you know what, Cheryl, you didn't start till you were 63. They started in their 40s and their 50s, and for every year you age, you lose muscle mass, and you cannot get that muscle mass back." He said, "I can help you get it back, but I have to give you some stuff. You want that? You want that stuff?" I said, "No, I don't want that stuff." I said, "I want to be a natural competitor." And I stayed a natural competitor. When you see women and they're really, really buff, a lot of that is not just exercise. A lot of that is that stuff.
Mm.
Cheryl, this has been exceptional. Jasmine had a question, our baby correspondent, our young person. She
Yes,
said,
Jasmine.
are you around people who eat well? And because community is important. Or you're around people who eat well and support you in your new health habit, with your habits?
No, ma'am.
Talk.
Not an
No,
ATL.
ma'am. Not. I'm in Atlanta. No, ma'am. They do not. I keep asking. I said, "Why every time y'all got a birthday party, it's sitting around at food? Why I gotta?" Sometimes I just go and I don't even eat. I just sit at the table. All they do out here is eat. So no, they do not support me in my eating habits. I don't. I have a couple of friends that compete, you know, but we're not that close where we go out and we eat a lot all together all the time. So no, the answer is no. I can't even make it up. No, it's no. It's just me. I don't have a healthy community.
No Waffle House visits, huh?
I know they love Waffle House. A friend of mine said, "You want to go to Waffle House?" No, I don't want no Waffle House. I want some real food.
Walk in there and it smells like it smells like grease, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've never been to
But
one.
everybody comes from California want to go to Waffle House. I'll take them to Waffle House though. You got to go once.
I've never been. Never been.
Don't knock
I eat
Waffle House.
egg whites toast for breakfast and a cup of coffee. I do every once in a while treat myself to Honey Nut Cheerios. I love Honey Nut Cheerios. I'll do that every once in a while. But pretty much, my eating can sometimes be kind of boring because I got that competitive mindset, you know. But I do love my barbecue. I do love my donuts. What's my go-to cheat foods? Well, burgers are not cheat foods, so I can have me a good healthy burger. What do you say about the Waffle House? It's gross and delicious. Yes, it can be. But a friend of mine took me to Waffle House one time. I'm going to give him credit. I take that back. I had a friend that take me to Waffle House, and he had me eat the grilled chicken.
Okay,
Yes,
there
he
you
did.
go.
But the chicken breast was as big as a regular chicken, though, right?
and then I was at a party one time, and another guy, same guy, came up to me and whispered in my ear, "I don't think that's on your diet. Should you be eating that?" So I do have a few people that watch out for me.
Cheryl, I think that people tend to buy into this whole society thing that you got to be on a diet, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
more of healthy eating,
It's
Mm-hmm.
more of healthy
eating more
eating
vegetables,
and
drinking a lot of water. Yeah,
eating in not
moderation.
the excess, because there's some restaurants out here that there's so much food on your plate, so much food on your plate that you can take it home and eat the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just eating in eating the good things that you like in moderation.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
I promise you, I keep saying, I promise you, I'm gonna write a book because I was a bodybuilder and I ate McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
My
Mm-hmm.
coach wouldn't like that, but still,
Mm-hmm.
it's the truth. You don't, I don't think, especially let's take the bodybuilding out of it, just for healthy living. Because like right now, I'm off season, so I don't have a show coming up yet. But once I get a show in mind, I cut back and I'm 12 weeks out. I can get the job done. I'll feel good to get on stage. But again, I eat what I want, you know. If I go out, I'm probably gonna try to order something healthy. I'm gonna order the salmon. I'm gonna get the broccoli. I'm gonna get the rice. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. But the food's
Share a
still
little bit.
good.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mhm.
Go ahead.
Share a little bit with us about fasting, just in general,
Me?
and I, well, just in general, the concept of fasting. I have a lot of church folk that go through the
I don't
Daniel
know.
fast.
I don't know nothing about it. I don't know nothing about. I call those all trends. I call those trends.
They go through the Daniel fast, and at the end of it, then they make it
It's
up.
just it's just trend. All the toxic drinks they claim. Oh, drink this green drink and your stomach's gonna go away. Oh, do this. Oh, do that. None of that is real. They're just messing with your mind. It's a placebo. That stuff don't work. You got to do the work.
Yeah, you do. You definitely have to work out. I mean, if you cut back on what you eat, that's fine and dandy. But if you're not moving, it doesn't really matter.
I spoke to a friend of mine yesterday. He told me he lost all this weight. He did. He lost a lot of weight. He's an older gentleman. But when he lost all the weight, then all he did now, he looked frail
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
Now he looks like a frail old man.
Now,
Yeah.
can working out be an obsession as well, where it can be
It
detrimental?
can be, but thank God it's not me. I have a friend that works out every day, sometimes 2 days. And I'm like, why? She has a trainer. She works out with her trainer, but before she meets with her trainer, she goes and work out. Before she gets to the trainer, it's like a drug to her. It's not.
Uh,
I'm not obsessed with it. I'm just obsessed with looking good.
Has anybody here seen the movie Magazine Dreams? Jonathan Majors.
Oh,
It's
what's
a
it about?
dark movie, but it's a guy who it's a story about someone who fantasizes about being in a weightlifting magazine and is in competition, and the struggles that he goes through. It was at the Pan African Film Festival, but it's Jonathan
I,
Majors and
yeah,
it's disturbing.
I've read about a couple of horror stories of people that are working out, and to me, those people took it too deep. Just like the story that you have. There's a young lady that just died. She was 20 years old. She just died last week in Las Vegas, I think. A competitor, because there's this thing that you do, and you supposedly sometimes as you get closer to your competition, you don't drink water, so you shrink and your muscles pop. Well, she dehydrated herself at 20 years old and died. But that was under poor supervision.
Yeah.
We have major female and male bodybuilders, not bikinis, but those big ones. They're died because they're shooting that stuff
Mm-hmm.
Steven's
to
got a
get
question
bigger
here.
and bigger
When
and
were your
getting bigger. And it's just like the people that are plastic surgeons that keep getting the plastic surgery. There are people in the bodybuilding industry that keep want to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
I'm not that person. That's why I'm so glad I'm in bikini, because bikini is supposed to be soft. Bikini is supposed to be smooth. But even bikini has now begun to get a little more muscular, and they now bikini competitors are looking like, this is probably over your guys' head, but bikini competitors are looking like figure competitors. And so a lot of women started complaining because now you want us to get bulky. We don't want to get bulky. We want to stay cute and physique and just enough. We want to have the abs and the glutes. That's all bikini is supposed to have. Yes, the shoulders and the glutes and the butt. you know, but now they're coming out all muscular with the arms and the traps and stuff. And it's just, I think they even started a new division to kind of bring bikini back to where it should be.
Yeah, because a lot of women are, you know, they don't want to lift weights because they feel it's going to make them look very masculine. But, you know, generally we don't lift the same type of.
Can you show did Steven send you one of the pictures that just maybe not one of my workout pictures? Because I say that a lot when I'm posting on my fitness page. Those girls post nothing but their figures, their bodies, their figure, but they don't show themselves in their clothes. They don't show themselves in real life. There is a life off stage.
Yeah.
So I like to show myself also in regular clothes, you know, so that it's not all about bodybuilding. It's not all about me being a bikini competitor. It's about me being healthy and being prideful of my body and myself and taking care of the temple that God gave me, because he only gave me one temple to take care of. My job to take care of that temple.
You found it, Greg?
No, I'm afraid I don't have any of those.
Oh, okay. Stephen has those. If Stephen's still here. But there is another. So let me ask you this question. There is a place that when you do start working out on a regular basis, not obsessively, but a place that if you don't, your body tells you it's time to get up and move, because it hurts more than it does when you don't do it.
It's the biggest guilt trip you ever feel.
So Cheryl, how tall are you? How tall are you?
I am 5'5".
Okay.
Oh, same height as I am. I am.
And at my best competition weight, I'm about 127 to 130. And at my best personal weight, I'm at 135. When I'm not competing, I'm at 130, between 130 and 135. I'd like to be 130, but sometimes that 135 looks good. But 130 is what I would love to be.
Yeah. But
Tiffany has a note in
and
here.
that's true. And see what she just said? Weightlifting and exercise in general increases your lifespan. And let me tell you what else it helps. With your memory.
Yeah.
With your memory. I am surprised at some of the stuff I remember now. It just blows me away. And I know it's because I exercise every day. I know it. One day I came tumbling down my stairs. My dogs tripped me up. I have 2 giant schnauzers. They tripped me up and I came tumbling down the stairs and bounced up. And man, the average 69-year-old would have been calling the ambulance.
True that.
Yeah. Oh, there's some
There
photos.
she is.
Okay. I love the medals.
Yes.
Well, you're definitely inspiring. Someone said so very inspiring.
Thank you.
And soft. I like the softness, because you do the people that really get obsessed about it. But like weightlifting, it makes you more flexible. And then other things as well, because now you start to get into the yoga part, because it's the mental thing. So it's just a good place to be if you don't want to be that individual, because after what I have found, and then probably anyone here on over 50 or over 60 have found this well, when you go to the doctor, it's like, okay, let's see, blood pressure medication, let's do some cholesterol medication, let's do some, you're just pre-diabetic, so we better get on that right away. And then the next thing you know, we got to give you some water pills, and you're like, I got to do all of this before I get up in the morning.
Too much, yeah. So to avoid all that, start working out and eat just a little better. One tiny step at a time. One step at a time. Which one do you want to do? You want to start doing the water? You want to start getting the 8 hours of sleep? Just, don't try to do it all at once, but pick a goal. And once you met that goal, then move on to the next one, into the next one. Start off, like I say, just you're sitting in the chair watching me now. If you're doing this, you're working your abs. Just bring your knees up to your chest. You're working your abs.
Flexibility.
And you're going to feel it.
And I think that as you get older, the mission is stability, balance and flexibility.
Yes.
Critical. Stephen, where are you? You got a
very
question?
critical. Very critical.
Cheryl.
I have a video on my page, weak knees. Remember weak knees? Oh, I can drop it. I can still drop it, and I can hold it.
Like it's hot.
Cheryl, what's the heaviest you've been in your life, in your adult life?
when I first moved to Georgia, I got caught up in all the food with everybody else. I got up to 148 pounds. That's almost 150 pounds.
On a
after
5'5" frame. See, that's the other part.
Yeah.
And it was so
And she's
funny because
got slender.
my physician brought it to my attention. She said, when you first came here, you were only 130 pounds. You are almost 150 pounds. Whatever you're doing, you need to stop. My physician told me that. My first 2 years here, it was about my second year here in Atlanta. Yep.
Yeah, you don't have the bone structure to be anything that 150.
No.
You
And
know,
she was a female doctor. She said, whatever you're doing, stop it.
yeah.
Also, I need to share a story about Cheryl for the audience, that Cheryl was a teenage mother out of Compton, and her personal story to where she got today. Can you make a statement about that, Cheryl?
My life is, I have a story. I really have a story. I was a teen mother, had my first child when I was 15, turned 16 shortly thereafter, still graduated from Dominguez High School. And then in our adult lives, we had a great life. My son and I, always been a single mother, never married. But my son in LA got caught up in a drug thing, you know, hanging out with the wrong people. But he's a grown man by this time. He's in his 30s. And he got caught up in this drugs thing, and he went to prison. He served 10 years in prison until, and every time I get the story, I get emotional, I get goosebumps, until Barack Obama commuted his sentence.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Said he was over sentenced. He should not have been in prison that long. And before Barack Obama left, those 400 and some odd prisoners that he commuted sentence, Barack Obama commuted my son's sentence on my 60th birthday.
Oh,
Look
wow.
at God.
Awesome.
Look at God. That's
Awesome.
Look at God.
Awesome.
And again, with all of that worry, I still did not age. My son told me, don't worry, I'm going to be okay. And a part of who I am today is because of him going to prison, because my son was very outgoing. He was known all over California, all over LA. And I wanted to show him that I was not going to age one day that he was in there, and that I was going to look the same when he went in as when he came out. And I took over where he was the popular guy. When I came into Atlanta, I became what he was. I became the party giver. I became the socialite. I became all of these things. What I am today is because of him.
Yes.
God works in mysterious ways.
Wonders to
In
behold.
mysterious
Growing in
ways.
grace, growing in grace, growing in grace.
Well,
That's
Cheryl, on behalf of your LA crew here at the community briefing, we thank you ever so much.
And thank you so much for having me.
Cheryl,
Stephen.
sorry,
Thank you
Cheryl.
so much.
Sorry, Cheryl. You have been officially adopted as our fitness correspondent.
Okay.
Inspiration to all our ladies.
I love it. I love it.
Inspiration to our audience, period, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
You can
much.
follow Cheryl on Instagram also. And
Yes,
I
I'm
think today's
Cheryl.
exciting. Next week, our guest is Gary Polk from the
I'm
Polk
sorry, can I get my
Institute.
Instagram real quick? It's
Yes.
Cheryl. It's Cheryl, CHERYL_ Cali girl, leader of the pack.
All righty.
That's my
Put that in the
first
chat.
Cali
Put that
girl.
in-
Cali will always be a Cali girl. Then if you just want to follow my fitness journey, it's Cheryl _fit over 60.
Can you put that in the chat for us?
Me?
See?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me see. How do I do that? Hold on.
Okay.
You're
That
showing
was-
your
Oh,
age.
there you go, chat.
You're showing your
Let me see
age
if I
now. You're
chat.
showing your age.
if somebody else,
Here we go.
if somebody else
Look,
got that,
I'm a social, let me see, I'm a social queen, social media queen. Now. I got 50,000 followers, y'all. Underscore. Here we
See,
go.
that's the reason why we have Jasmine. Jasmine is our youth correspondent, young adult correspondent. She put this stuff in the chat box just like that.
Cali girl, leader of the pack.
Shamika,
And-
we want to entreat you for sharing your fitness, your walk.
Yes.
from, you know, the 200s to down to 150 something pounds. And, you know, it's just a beautiful thing. So we'll have to hear that story down the road. We are officially should be wrapping up. Cheryl, this has been fantastic.
I've enjoyed myself as well.
We appreciate you. Don't be a stranger. You know, you're our fitness correspondent. So, you know, you gotta keep us up to date on what you're up to.
I will.
And certainly we can follow you, and we also can vote for you if there's a voting process with
I
the
will make sure that happens. I
Yeah.
really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I really enjoyed this. It's been a lot of fun.
It's been
We
high
try to make it
supported,
fun.
that's for sure.
Should I run and go get my driver's license? No, I'm just kidding.
Joseph.
We're convinced you are phenomenal. So thank you so much. And so for all of those out there that's been hesitating on whether or not
Just
you should get
doing
out
anything,
there. Yeah, just going out there. Go buy you some cute clothes. That usually helps me. And then I wake up in the morning if it's exercise day and I'm doing it at home. I put my workout. I go straight from
Yeah.
bed to workout clothes, then workout, then shower. That way I don't get out of sorts.
And look, you guys, I'm wearing my hashtag real age. People always say, what's that about? Real age, okay? I have no shame in my game. I will tell you how old I am every day, all day long.
Well, because you walking the walk and walking the walk and walking the talk. Thank you so much, Stephen.
Thank you,
So
guys.
thank you, Cheryl, and please don't be a stranger. We
I will
appreciated
not.
you.
I will not. Thank you so much. Love and
Okay.
peace. Bye-bye.
And Stephen, is he still there? And who's our guest next week?
He
said it.
He said it.
Yeah, I think
like any of us was listening.
But I think it's next week. Yeah, this next week is
Gary Polk. Gary Polk from the Polk Institute.
Yeah, and then the week after that, we are excited. We have Stephen has done a phenomenal job of bringing in Isaac Hayes III, who is going to come in talking about fan base, which is a unique social media platform created for Black creators. And so when media is so important and there's censorship going on with the other platforms we're on, in fact, I got censored this morning for something I said, so I just had to put up some inspirational quotes to get Facebook off my butt. But it's important that we have our own platforms. Roland Martin has been speaking on that for a number of years. Joy Reid, just as if you guys have been catching up, has been kicked off of MSN. In fact, all of the Black commentators and journalists are being kicked off. So if we want to hear the history that information and media that pertains to us, then we got to control our own media. So please come back, tell everyone, and especially if you've been undecided whether or not you wanted to go to Fanbase. He is I've listened to a number of live. I'm on Fanbase. I've listened to him live in a clubhouse kind of setting, and he's real and he's genuine. He's managed, which is amazing when you've been able to raise almost $20 million for your platform. And that has been the problem with most of the Black platforms, is they haven't been able to raise the money. But now they need us to get over there so that we can keep him going and grow the platform. And the best thing about it is you can monetize if that's something you're into, with the 50 million, with you all those
I'm listening. I'm listening. I am listening.
You can monetize the minute you set up your account.
Yes.
Soon as you get your people over,
as soon as I get off.
Yeah, they know $1,000. You don't have to wait till $1,000.
Right?
It's Fanbase, FANBAS. Okay. You don't have to wait till you get 1,000 and 3 million views or any of that. You can start, and it's more like it's a TikTok, Instagram, Clubhouse, live type of platform. Haven't quite gotten to Facebook Place, but if we support them, then yes, that will happen. So going over there and get to it, but please come back because you get to ask all kinds of questions. And this is actually Isaac Hayes' son. And so we want to support our Black businesses especially during the moments that we're in today. We want to thank everyone that has joined us today, but come back for Gary Polk next week, because I
Yes.
think you were talking, Robin, earlier about Cal State, and he teaches over there as well.
Yeah.
And so you do want to come back. Then, Cheryl, you're welcome
Yes.
anytime. And
Thank you.
keep us informed. We'll be following you on your Instagram and soon to follow you on Fanbase.
Yes.
And we want to thank you all for being here with us. Have a safe weekend. Be careful out there. We're living in some crazy times. I'm
Yeah.
going to Indian Wells this weekend for the BNP tennis
Oh my goodness.
to see me some Naomi Osaka and some
Very
and some I'm heavy into tennis, so we're going to have some Coco. Hopefully we get to see Coco. We got
and look, you're gonna have to walk.
and we don't have to walk. We're gonna have to walk, a lot of walking.
Yes.
But my tennis program, we get tickets for free, because those tickets run about $600-700. So
that's
we're taking
awesome.
we've been invited, and we've taken over 100 kids and their family members.
Awesome.
And we have tickets for both the afternoon session and the evening session. So we're excited.
Very good.
I'll invite you,
You're
Ms.
pretty active. You're very active.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Yes. Look at you.
Well, I have a comment. I really enjoyed your presentation, Cheryl. You're like over the top. What I want to do, because this is such a fabulous forum, can everybody be charged to at least invite or bring one